everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I'm going to talk about a realistic day in the life as a reseller. I am a part-time reseller, like I just mentioned, and I do this on the side of a full-time job that I have as a 9 to 5, so for me, my day in the life as a reseller is probably a little different than maybe someone that's a full-time reseller, but I know a lot of you out there are part-time resellers and probably can relate to this, so I figured this would maybe be helpful for someone, and maybe someone can gauge how much time goes into part-time reselling. And let me know down below if you are a full-time seller or if you're a part-time seller like me and you have something on the side, or maybe you do this if you're retired. I think there are so many people that are at different points in their lives, and for me, I am in my late 20s actually. I'm in my late 20s and I have a full-time job and I do this on the side of that job. I mainly do it at night and on the weekends, but I do occasionally do things during the day, and I'm going to walk through what a day in the life looks like for me as a reseller. Now, there are definitely oddball out days, such as the days that I go sourcing or the days that, you know, I have more time, but this is just on a normal day-to-day basis what my day in the life looks like as a reseller. So hopefully this is something that is interesting to you. And also make sure, if you're new here, or even if you're not and you've seen my videos before but you're not subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed, because I do videos every single week and I would love to have you stick around for more. Okay, so believe it or not, my day kind of starts while I'm sleeping, and that might sound crazy, but really what I do is I have my VA share for me overnight. So I will actually schedule it to share overnight for the couple hours I'm sleeping, and this just actually helps me get some people to my closet overnight. And believe it or not, there are so many shoppers that shop in the middle of the night. Sometimes I've gotten full price sales from it, sometimes I've gotten offers from it, or just likes that lead to offers. So it's important to be sharing overnight. Don't forget about that. Keep in mind, people are in different time zones. People are on vacation sometimes. You really never know who's going to be shopping when. I set my VA before I go to sleep the night before to share overnight. I'll have it share my entire closet, and I'll have it share on like a slow setting so I don't run out of shares. And it'll just basically share for the hours that I'm sleeping. Then when I wake up, right before I start my full-time job, I actually take a look at my Poshmark closet, see if any likes, comments, or anything came in. And this is also typically when I will bring any sales that I had from the day before out to my mailbox for my postman to pick up. So I've talked about this in a prior video, but I actually schedule all my pickups, and I schedule them so they pick them up in my mailbox or at my front door. And so typically in the mornings, I will run out to the mailbox and put those packages in there, and I will also maybe package overnight sales and put them in the mailbox as well. But I will check my Poshmark closet, see if I got any likes or any comments or any offers or things like that, and I will go through and, accept an offer, or send an offer if it was just a like, or respond to a comment. Maybe someone needed something, to do with a listing. I will go get that listing and do that. And I will kind of just do what I need to do in the morning to check in on my closet. And occasionally, like I said, I'll have to package any items that had sold overnight. This doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does, and I like to get them out the same day. So I will package them and bring them out to the mailbox with the other packages. And then after I do that is when I set my VA to run for me throughout the day to share my closet. So again, just like I do overnight, I actually have my VA run for me during the day, and it runs on a slow setting, and I just say share, all of the items available in my closet. So however many I have at the time, I just select the number of active listings, and I type in, share the closet 10 times or something like that, and it'll go really slow throughout the day. And I never really have to think about it from there. I just kind of let it go and let it run, and it's constantly sharing throughout the day, which is exactly what you want, especially as a part-time seller who has another job. You don't have the time to sit there and share. So for me, I find this great because I'm not really thinking about it while I am working. Occasionally, I will check my phone throughout the day, maybe on a lunch break or on another break, and I will see if I had any offers or any likes or any comments, things like that. And I will kind of check them here and there. But by no means am I sitting on the app, like doing all of the sharing and stuff like that. I'm just occasionally checking to see if anyone left me a comment or sent me an offer or things like that. And if I do get a comment or an offer, I will respond to it as fast as I can. Now, given the fact that I can't just like drop everything and respond, I try and keep up with it because I know people window shop. People are shopping very quickly, and if you don't get back to them within like the hour or two, you might have already lost the buyer. So I try to get back to them as soon as I can with any details. And this is also a great time to check on any likes that you had received in the last couple of hours. Maybe send those offers out to those people who have liked any items, and just kind of keep up with it, because if you, again, send out offers at the end of the day, you might have missed an offer and somebody might have already purchased something else, so it's important to stay on top of things. Okay, so that will mostly take me through the workday for me. So by the end of the workday, my closet is still sharing, and I will check my phone again at the end of the day, and or at the end of my workday, which is around 5 o'clock, and I will basically just go in, check for comments again, check for likes again, check for things like that. And if there are any packages that have, or any orders that have been placed throughout the day, I will then go and package them up. And I will, find them from my inventory, and I will package them and get them ready for the next day. Okay, so I'm going to take you along the process that I do to package up some orders. So I sold a t-shirt and a pair of pants, and I'm going to package those up. So what I do is I put those in these clear mailers before I send them out, and this is just a way to protect the item in case the mailers get like damaged or ripped or anything like that in transit. I think it just protects the item. And then I use my own custom mailers in my orders, and I just think, again, it makes the orders look so professional, and people love the nice touch that it adds. And then I also like to include a thank you card. Now, these are ones that I've gotten from Poshmark themselves, and I just like to write a little letter on them and just thank them for their orders and that I hope they enjoy their purchase. And then I add my business cards in there as well. So I have my, logo on it, and then I have my QR code on the back that they can scan for all my social media. So let's get to packaging up these 2 pieces of clothing, and we will send these out in the morning. Okay, so I have officially put the shirt in this clear mailer, like I said, and again, it just makes it look so nice, and it kind of looks like it was bought at like a real store or boutique. And then I just stick in the thank you card and the business card in the back, and they have such a nice little seal here where it's actually really easy for the buyer to open this. So now let's get this package in the mailer. Okay, now this item is all packaged up, and it's going to go in the mailer. All right, now that both items are packaged up, now it is ready to print these shipping labels. Let's head over to my shipping label station, and let's print out those labels and get those on these packages. So here is actually where I do my printing. I have a nice thermal printer, and it works so seamlessly. So all I do is hit print on my computer, and then the label prints right out. And just like that, the orders are ready to go out in the mailbox with their labels on them. So I will check back in with you in the morning, and we will take these out to the mailbox for someone to come and pick them up. And then typically I'll go make dinner, go for a walk, do whatever I need to do out after work, because typically I'm pretty tired. And so again, I'm not really focused on sharing throughout the day, which is the great thing about having a VA, but I'm continuing to check for offers and send out those offers. Oh, and one thing I did miss actually that is important, every night around 10 o'clock my time, I relist my items. So I relist about 15 items a day, and so I do this on Poshmark when I list new items. So I open up my VA and I schedule it to relist 15 items for me, and at the same time, while it's relisting 15 items, I also list 15 new items from my closet. So I will list from my drafts or from my phone photos and get 15 items listed. So for a total of 30 new items in my closet every day. This is so important, and I can't stress enough how important it is to be listing new items every day, but it's also so important to be relisting. Then when it gets to around, late at night when I'm about to go to sleep, I will make sure everything is packaged for the next day, and I will schedule the pickup for the post office for the next day. So I schedule that right before I go to sleep. So I'm saying, okay, you pick up this many packages, and it's okay if it changes in the morning because they're still going to pick up your packages. And now sometimes on the weekend, the schedule is a little bit different. Maybe I have more time to spend on the app, or maybe I, am looking at it more. But sometimes on the weekends, if I have time, I will go out sourcing. So typically I go sourcing on Sundays because Sunday is dollar day in my area. So on Sundays, I will go to the Goodwill and go to Dollar Day. And then sometimes on Saturdays, I will go to the Goodwill bins because that is my other off day. So that's like typically what I will do in a week's period. And Again, it may vary from week to week, but this is like a general guideline of what I like to follow. And like I said, I do not go sourcing every weekend. I don't have time to go sourcing every weekend. The other thing I do on Sundays, which I swear by doing, and maybe you should definitely try doing it if you don't already, is just mass taking all of your photos. So I will spend a couple of hours on a Sunday or any day that I get that has daylight, because I really swear by taking pictures in daylight. So typically for me, that's a Sunday, and I do it while I am, maybe before or after I went sourcing. But I take a bunch of photos of all my listings. So I will get my measuring tape, get my mannequin, and just start styling all the photos. And I will also steam any pieces that I need. So Sunday is typically a little bit heavier of a Poshmark day for me, but that's just because I don't have time during the week to do it. And if I do have a little bit of time after work, I will do some of these things those times as well. But Sundays typically are a sourcing day and a photo prepping day, and I just get a lot done, and I find myself being really, really productive. Now, this may seem like a lot of work for someone who does it as a part-time reseller, and also it does probably seem like I'm working a lot, which is definitely true. I feel like I'm always working. You're done with your 9 to 5, or you can just call it a day. And no, that's not really the case, because I start my Poshmark stuff at night, and it kind of is really consuming, and especially because I work on the weekends for it as well. It's easy to let it overwhelm you and feel burnt out from it, so it's important to make sure you're rewarding yourself with some breaks. Don't overdo it. Take the hard part out of doing all these tasks and let a VA do it for you, and let the post office pick up your packages and things like that, and it will make your life a little bit easier on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so I hope this helped you get a better understanding of what a day in the life as a part-time reseller is like for me. I would love to know what it's like for you down in the comments if you are a part-time reseller, and if you're not and you're a full-time reseller, let me know how you do your days, because I would be really curious to know, because I hope one day I can get to that point as well, where I'm just doing the reselling and not doing a 9 to 5 job. But I would love to know what a typical day for you is like if you are a full-time reseller. If you want to see another video of different hacks that you could be doing on Poshmark that are going to help you have some success on the platform, you could click right here. And if you want to see another video on maybe some features that you should be using on Poshmark, you could click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.